What is up, everybody? My name is Kyle. It is Wednesday, January 3rd. Alec Burks just hit a prayer, a three-pointer at the buzzer to force overtime against the Jazz. It's 138-138. Love me some overtime basketball. And Clarkson, my guy, having a huge game, had a big three, went for $22 in one of my leagues, so my $2 bid did not win him this morning. But I'm back here to help be your guide to win your fantasy basketball league or leagues. I can't do just one. I'm in 12 leagues now. I just joined an ESPN points league to switch it up and realized they have 7 ads per week. Now, I love streaming, and that's what I attribute so much of my success to, but 7 is just too much. 4 is a fair, good number, and that's what we see most on Yahoo leagues, and that's usually what I'll be referencing as those 4 ads per league weeks when I'm giving out this advice. As I've been playing fantasy basketball since 2004, which now makes it 20 years. And Yahoo didn't even get me anything for our anniversary. No roses, no diamond, not even a freaking hand job. I mean, come on, Yahoo. So let's get right to it, though. Before we do, though, please, pretty please, remember to like and subscribe, guys. It means so much. Leave a comment if you can as well. I love to interact with you. In fact, I saw a comment from Keith Red 753 on one of my videos about Keontae George not getting any blocks or steals. And that's true. But that's why I also gave Neesmith, Kelly Olynyk, and Derek Jones Jr. in that same video who can help there. Trust me, that's a big thing I look for, in streaming. And that's one reason I picked my guy, Lou Dort's cover photo in my last video. Last night, Dort put up 1 steal and 3 blocks, right? That's what we like because we know at the end of the week, steals and blocks have the lowest totals in the matchup, making them really the toughest to get. And speaking of a guy I see available in 2 of my leagues, recently dropped and added in some others, was Herb Jones, who makes a living off those 2 categories. He was on a cold streak lately, but you can see in his last 3, scoring, 3-pointers, steals, and blocks are all up. So Herb Jones, just a guy to look for if he's available. He's in one of my leagues now, but I know he's usually owned in a lot of leagues. But now we've got 2 games tomorrow. So our options are slim. And when you see this, you can plan ahead. So I added Malik Beasley, a sharpshooter, in a couple leagues 1 day ahead of time. Now I'm going to share my screen with you now and look at some of his stats, but why Malik Beasley is so important to add, why he's my cover photo guy right here. I love this guy. In this background picture, it's just a funny look, just the arms crossed, just not having a good time at the basketball game. That's strange, right? So Malik Beasley is playing on the 4th and the 6th. Everybody is playing on Friday. The Bucks are the only team that is playing Thursday and Saturday. So that is huge. There's not many teams playing Saturday. Remember, everyone's playing Friday. So we want to find a guy who can play on the 4th and on the 6th. And he's got great matchups. Spurs is a great matchup. Houston actually has some really good defense. What's crazy, if we look at our defensive chart over here, Houston's 3rd in defense. So that's something that most people don't think of, but Houston does not give up many points. 3rd in defense at 109.8. But if we can, and I've got Beasley in a couple, he's available in one of my leagues, 44% rostered, so might not be in yours, but if he's available, we want to snag him. And ideally, we'd love to get him because of the Spurs-Bucks matchup, because we looked at the defensive stats again, and we're looking at the Spurs. They're going to be way down here on the list. The Spurs are way down here at 122.8, 28th in the league, giving up 123 points a game. So if we can get him, that's going to be key. But that brings me to the guy that's still available that I want to add in this league here. And that is going to be a guy we mentioned before who is a complete all-around player. And that's my guy, Jeremy Sochan. So as you can see, I'm putting a $1 bid in for him. But I want to show you how we came to that realization that we wanted to go with Sochan, because there is really not much waiver wire when we're talking about 2 games tomorrow. I believe Sochan gives me the best upside and the most complete stat line as a player. Is how we're taking a look at this. We're going to go by games tomorrow, and we're going to go by last 14 days. Remember, that's a great way to do things. Always looking at the last 14 days or the last 7 days. So I'll usually toggle between those 2. And we see these options are not looking great. But 2 options that we do like here. My guy, Jeremy Sochan, a 141 last 7 days. But another guy here I've got starred, and that's Trayce Jackson-Davis. I actually was able to see this guy, Trayce, play in person last night as I watched my Magic lose to the Warriors. And this guy's energy and defense were a huge reason why. By the way, Chase Center in San Francisco is gorgeous. Stadium inside, if you love stats, they've got shot charts around the arena constantly updated, just stats everywhere, right? So very impressive. I was at a Kings game where I got to see him light the beam, and their stadium is nice, but it's not Chase Center nice. So back to Trayce. He's young, he's hungry. Free throw shooting is terrible. It's ugly, but look at these numbers he's put up, especially in the last three. He's been starting now. Great steals, great blocks, not great assists, but solid points, solid rebounds, good shooting percentage. 85, 75, 70, I mean, 800, 700. This is a guy that could be worth adding. So we liked him. But I also just like Sochan. He does a little more as far as assists go, which can be a little more helpful. He's got some threes in there as well. He can also shoot a great percentage, you can see here too. So that's the reason I'm going to go with Sochan overall, giving that $1 bid on him, because I don't think anybody else is going to be too interested in him here. And why we're dropping Scoot though, I want to take a look because we want to figure out, it's really important to look ahead. I've got 2 ads left. Now we look ahead by hitting opponents over here. And what we're going to see is that Scoot Henderson, he doesn't have a game tomorrow. We're not going to use him on Friday, the 5th, because he's not one of our top guys. So he's going to be sitting on the bench. So that game's useless. He's not playing this game. He is playing this one on Sunday. He's not playing Monday. So I just went through 5 days. Scoot is going to be playing once out of 5 the next 5 days. That is not what we like from a streamer. So we're going to ditch Scoot. We're going to go with Sochan. Again, Trayce Jackson-Davis could be another great play as well. Now, popping over to another league, we'll look at 2 names again that could be options. Again, there's really not much on the waiver wire in this one. Obviously, there's only 2 games tomorrow. But I like Reggie Jackson and I like Tre Jones. So we're going to pop over here and figure out why we like those 2 guys best. One main reason, Trayce Jackson-Davis is not available in this league, right? So we're not going to be able to add him there. And then Sochan, I've already got him in a couple. I own him in a couple, and I'm adding him in maybe 1 or so. So we don't want to be too overloaded on one streamer in case it goes wrong. So we're going to move that to the 14-day mark. And then we're going to see Tre Jones is up there and Reggie Jackson. And I like Reggie Jackson more just because I need points. Sorry, I need 3-pointers. I need steals. And I also need assists. And that's what he's going to do. He gets me 3-pointers, assists, and steals. Tre Jones was the other guy I was considering. But if we go pop over here and we look at what he offers assists, decent in steals, no threes though. And look, he just put up 2 points his last game. That's stuff I want to avoid, is guys who are putting up 2 points. He's just not as inconsistent. I rode Reggie Jackson to a lot of success earlier this year when Jamal Murray was out. So he's got much higher upside, much higher potential. But I don't think, I'm putting a $0 bid in him because I just really don't think that anyone else is going to be too interested in Reggie Jackson. And if we miss out on him, we miss out. It's not a big deal. It's Reggie Jackson, and he's backing up Jamal Murray now, so not as valuable. And then I got this trade offer before I started the video. So I want to talk about strategy around these trades, because I recently screwed up a little on a trade I did take. I wanted the trade, but I accepted it too early. Now, this is a keeper league, and I'm not going to take Zion Williamson and give up Cade. That's crazy. No way in a keeper. Cade just does so much more. But when looking at a trade, I like to look at this small thing up here. When will this trade be reflected on your lineup? Saturday, January 6th. So what I would do if I wanted to accept the trade, I would take a look here and I would go click on opponents. And when we do that, it's going to show me who they've got up next. So we clicked opponents. Now we're seeing what matchups they've got. The trade is going to process on the 6th. As you can see, these guys are pretty much lined up. So it doesn't matter if you accept on the 6th, the 7th, or the 8th, it's all going to be the same. If you want to kind of wait it out and wait till, 3 days later, that's a little stretch. But then you would get Cade Cunningham playing on that first day, advantage Cade over Zion, right? I don't know if I like to wait that long. Usually I'll just wait maybe a day or 2 days to get the lineup right, where my guy, the guy I'm getting, is the guy who gets the first game. Just something to think about. It's just these little small things. And there's a very small chance that they're going to cancel the trade if you just wait 1 day. And then I want to highlight some guys that I don't need to have on my team anymore. And with the return of Kyrie, it means less numbers for Derek Jones Jr. and Tim Hardaway Jr. So I'm fine with ditching them. I've done that in a couple leagues. I know Tim Hardaway Jr. can have some big games scoring. It's threes and points, and that's it. He's not a great all-around player. His numbers, his touches, usage, it's all going to go down. And then I'm also good on Kevin Love. Don't need him anymore. Pure streamer then. That is it for me. If you could follow me on Instagram at DuceyPicks, Twitter, same thing, DuceyPicks. And remember, hit that like and subscribe as well. That would really mean a lot to me. And check out the DuceyPicks podcast on Apple and Spotify as well. Soon I'm going to be coming out with some more professional videos and using some really cool software. And I'm stoked for the future of this thing and sticking to one of my resolutions this year to do over 100 plus YouTube videos on fantasy basketball and baseball. So we have a lot more coming. We're at 2 for 2024. Let's keep it going. Peace out, guys. Thank you so much for being with me here.